Yo, it's your boy Tricky Down, and I'm back here with another video, and today we got some more Bleach Rebirth of Souls, and the boys at Bandai dropped the Grimmjow trailer. Not gonna even waste no time. I didn't watch the Nail trailer. Y'all already know the format. We're gonna watch Grimmjow's trailer, then we're gonna go back and we're gonna watch Nail's trailer and see what we missed. Without further ado, make sure you leave a like, a comment. Let me know how you feel about the trailer. Let me know how you feel about this game at this point in time, because I feel like we're getting to that point where a release date definitely has to be on the horizon. Without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, bro. We got some good Grimmjow. Let's turn this up a little bit. It's in my ears. Arranca. I ain't gonna lie, Grimmjow was always probably one of the coolest Arrancar, or Espada, I should say.
I can't wait to devour you.
Oh, we got an English voice? Turn into a nice. Okay, we're gonna read this afterwards. Look at the stage.
Stop playing around. Come on.
Is it me or does the game look better?
Here I come. Ha! Take this.
That's nasty. Oh. Okay, I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right, bro, let's go back through it. Let's go see what he actually does, bro, because I feel like he has a gimmick to himself as well. Not gonna read his character profile. Let's get right into it. Impulse gauge. So he has a separate gauge, unlike a lot of the other characters. He has his own gauge of his own, which kind of seems crazy, but every character in this game seemingly is coming out with a gimmick. Nobody is seemingly gonna play like the next, at least not from their gameplays won't be identical one-to-one. Impulse gauge. Turn into annihilation state for a certain period by charging impulse gauge to the maximum. Impulse gauge will accumulate by receiving attacks or activating signature move. During the annihilation state, attack power will increase and some actions will change. So essentially, getting hit, you can get a reward of a buff later on if you, depending on how much of that gauge you save, and then he'll probably, I wonder if that gauge will go down quick or will it go down kind of like short. I feel like it's gonna take a long time maybe to have that gauge go all the way up. Not sure how many times you'll be able to use it. Let's go ahead and go to the next one, bro. I'm mad that we couldn't see no actual like in-game gameplay. Signature moves. So these are some of the moves that can help increase that gauge as well. Let's go ahead and see it. All right, some moves. Okay, I'm so terrible at these names. Preparation. Technique that takes the stance by holding down input and charges the impulse gauge during the stance. Okay, see, look. By charging the impulse gauge to the maximum, Grimmjow will be in annihilation state for a certain period. So technically, you don't even have to really get hit to get that gauge all the way up. If you just use this move, sit down and charge it, and your opponent lets you charge it, you can enter that state just by doing this, which I ain't mad at. I wonder though if during this stance, because if you either A, could you cancel out of it, or B, will an attack? Yeah, because I'm saying I see that attack, but that looks like one of the attacks that activates where you can use your Kikon move. Doesn't look like that puts them in that little stun state. It doesn't look like that's a part of this, so I'm wondering if you could cancel out a preparation or whatever just to be able to attack some more, because otherwise that just leaves you in a vulnerable state, and I don't know how much you'll actually use this move. Going to the next one. Real easy, kill them, spare no one. Turn it to decimation state for a certain period by activating during the decimation state. Each action will be greatly enhanced, but Grimmjow's Reishi will get damaged by his own attack. So whoa, wait. They should have started off with this one. So if you essentially activate, so does the decimation state go with that gauge as well? Because they didn't say anything about this state. So when you attack, essentially you'll be taking damage. But I'm wondering if doing damage to yourself will then increase your own gauge. Am I making sense? Like, would it increase your gauge, or is it only when your opponent hits you or when you activate that other signature skill? Because otherwise, then I'm out of it. We get his little reverse state. Overturn the tide of battles. Grimmjow's performance is enhanced by releasing Pantera. With Resurrection, the amount of radiant damage will increase, as well as explosive power will be enhanced during the annihilation and decimation state. So he can still use these states even while in this form. Just I wonder if because I see damage probably being increased on both states, but I'm wondering how much damage he will take using the decimation state. Especially since moves are going to increase as well. Like, would you take more damage at that point? And that's really about it. His character didn't really, I don't think his character overall overview said anything. Characterized by explosive combat, making use of his accumulated impulses. Yeah. And my boy looking good right here on the side. He ain't looking bad. Boy looking good. Alright, man. I like it, Grimmjow. I like it. Alright. Next one. Next up, we got Nail. I didn't get to see her. I don't remember too much about her character other than she was a kid at some point, and then somehow through regaining her memories, I believe and maybe I believe fixing her mask, she ends up becoming an adult. I don't remember too much. Bleach community, do not kill me. Let's see what the heck Nail is talking about. Dun. I like the fact that they showing all the Espada at this point.
I'm not going to kill you.
Now her mask is still cracked, so just regaining her memories. Viento de Esperanza. I'm butchering these names, dog. Gadina. I'm not mad at that.
It can't be.
Reverse your fate, Nail.
Praise.
Okay, I'm not mad at that. Okay, let's go back over. Let's go over that. Let's go back over that, man. Let's see what she got. Go to her first spiritual pressure move. Viento de Esperanza. I have zero idea what that means. Nail charges to the opponent, and if the thrust hits, the attack delivers into a continuous attack. Since an additional attack can be utilized by using the signature move gauge, it is advised to accumulate the gauge for an optimized attack. So she must have a gauge of her own. At least that's what I'm reading. Unless they mean something else. She must have a gauge of her own. Yeah, she kind of hits that, and then if it hits, it goes into those other moves. Signature move, Cadena. Holding the input, the ability increases the ability gauge. The accumulated gauge will be used when a spiritual pressure move is utilized, causing an additional attack. Okay, so she also has a charge attack, kind of like Grimmjow, to where she can increase one of her gauges. From here is the spiritual pressure gauge. Probably you'll increase that gauge to also use the spiritual pressure move, this right here. So makes sense. Okay, I'm not mad at it. Kind of works together. Spiritual pressure move 2, Setos and Crito. Okay, you summon her friends. I'm not gonna butcher their names. Summon Appreciate and Danda, I say that, Dondo Chaka, to fire an oversized Seto. It is has a particularly long range and high damage, but it takes time to fire. So okay, so if you hit it, you get high damage. If not, there's a chance the opponent could probably flash that, get behind you. Your opponent has enough time to counter this, so you'll probably only use this at maybe like a certain state, like when you hit them in that knockdown state. Before you use your Keycomb move, you'll probably use this maybe instead of your Keycomb move, if you choose so.
Please, you two.
That's nasty work right there.
It can't be.
Now her resurrection state.
Praise. Gamuza.
By now releasing Gamuza. The resurrection on her attack motion changes, making it easier to gain an advantage that utilizes long range attacks from outside the opponent's attack range. So she might be closer to mid range rather than long range, because it seems like her attacks are gonna just have a bit more reach than what she did maybe when she was just in her regular state. And I could definitely see that too, because she has that lance type of sword on her. I could definitely see that. So she'll probably take the advantage more when she fights certain characters, especially slower characters. She'll probably take the advantage more on the attacking side. She just seems like she's going to be that character that's just going to be oppressive as hell, bro. Oppressive as hell. I'm not gonna lie, she looked good. High intercepting power due to long range abilities and a signature move that capitalizes on abilities. Basically, so her moves are used to help her other moves to get her to a point to where, hey, she can pretty much keep attacking, which I'm not mad at. Not mad at that at all. Without further ado, not gonna lie, how y'all feel about these last two characters? I feel like they're both really good. I'm loving the fact that we're getting espadas now. We're getting some of the villains, not necessarily saying Nail's a villain because I know she's not, but we're getting some espadas, some villains, some characters that I feel like most people were excited for. Don't believe in or hoping they're not done with the Soul Reapers at that. Without further ado, this has been your boy Tricking It Down. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. Peace.